Hello, welcome to Thriving Thursday. If you're still wearing your pajamas, we're still doing good. Yep. And then we washed our face this morning, and then we've got a little bit of our eyeliner from yesterday. But y'all, that's okay. If you notice that anyone has anything on their nose or on their face, it is polite to say, hold on just a second. You have something right there. They would love it. Let's talk about Thriving Thursday. This is our last Thriving Thursday. One thing I thought about was, do you remember going to your favorite restaurant? You went to your favorite restaurant. Every time you went to your favorite restaurant, you always ordered the chicken piccata, right? The chicken piccata is your favorite because they make it exactly how you love it. And then next thing you know, you go to your favorite restaurant and you're looking all over for the chicken piccata, and you're thinking, this is interesting. I must have the lunch menu or the dinner menu. I must have the breakfast menu. This is strange because where's the chicken piccata? And then you tell the waiter or waitress, excuse me, but there's no chicken piccata on here. And they're like, oh, well, the owner took it off the menu because no one was saying that it was their favorite. So they added chicken blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh my gosh, that was my favorite. Did you tell the restaurant owner? Did you leave a review? Yeah. When you leave a review, people love that. Business owners love a good review because what you're going to do is you're going to go, they used to have the best chicken piccata and now they don't have it anymore. It used to be my favorite and the way that it was my favorite. And then you explain all the ways that it was your favorite and you're just so sad and now you're not going to go back anymore. My business is the same way. If you tell me that you loved Thriving Thursday, yet you never commented, you never left a review, and you're just like, where's the Thriving Thursday? I loved the Thriving Thursday. I used to watch it, even though I didn't comment, but I was watching it whenever I drove on my way home from work because I have a 45-minute commute and it gave me something to do. Well, that you've got to talk. You have to talk to the people who are sitting in a chair having a conversation with you about you, for you, because this is for every one of you. This is information that I know, that I have known, and I'm just so excited to share. So there we go. All right. So I am Nurse Connie, and I am with Self-Care University. Okay. I own it. I am a naturopathy practitioner. I have been a naturopathy for 27 plus years. I love holistic wellness. I think outside of the prescription bottle. Most of you know me by being a holistic women's wellness naturopathy practitioner and your best menopause mentor. I love being able to be a resource for you all and providing those hormone tests that we all know and love because those results are fantastic. And then we have a conversation of how to move on through life once those results are provided. Okay. So thank you all so much for showing up each week and for just for listening. Thank you. Now, because thriving isn't about perfection. I don't know if you all know this, but when you make a post on Facebook, there are some beautiful, cute pictures that show up, the little emojis that show up. That's not me. It is something that I would love, but right now, that is not a big focus of mine. The words are a big focus of mine. I do caption on my videos, that right there. Because why? If you're listening to this like you would listen to a podcast, do you really want to know what face I'm making? Do you really want to know that if I'm using my hands or not? Or if a picture shows up on the screen? If I tell you that there is something that I would like for you to look at, I would more than likely suggest you go to the Self-Care University OK Wellness group and go inside there and take a look at the photo that I posted. So please know that it does not have to be perfect at all, but we're progressing. We have progress. We are making sure that we live outside of our box and our bubble so that we can thrive. Okay. It's not about choosing to grow. It's not about like choosing to grow and then just saying, well, that's plenty. Okay. That's what I mean. Growth is great, but it's not about choosing to grow and then just get comfortable where you just kind of know that it's going to rain. You kind of already know that the sun's going to come out, and you really don't have to till the soil. You don't have to prune any of the leaves that are dead. We've got to talk about taking off the heavy stuff. Okay? We've got to take off the heavy stuff because it's not fruitful. It's not helpful to us. It's not what we need at all. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite parts of thriving is connection. If you are someone who owns a small business, thinking about owning a small business, and if you are just like, I see a lot about this word networking, I want to know more about it, this is going to be for you. If you think, no way, yeah, she missed the mark, this isn't going to be me, hang on just a second. You'll be surprised at what I'm going to say. So, how we connect with others, how we build a community, and how those small conversations can help us balance our lives in a ways that we don't always realize. I have a wonderful person that I utilize her services, some paid, some not paid, and she is like a networking genius. She wanted something in networking to be a specific way, but she couldn't find anyone who did it, so she created it. Even though she and her husband own their own business. I think it's so fantastic. If you want to know who I'm talking about, just send me a message, okay? So why connection helps us thrive? I think we all know that thriving doesn't happen in isolation, okay? The plant that needs to be without wind, the plant that needs to be without anything, if it's just alone and all by itself, it still needs something. Water, attention. Do you talk to your plants? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. All right. So you can have all the vitamins, the supplements, and the wellness tools in the world, but if you don't have connection, something still feels missing. So in my office, I sew in here. I have so many supplements that I just cannot wait to get into other people's hands, because to me that right there is so great. But me just having all those pillows here and all those throw blankets here, those are doing no one else any good, and they're not doing me any good. Because I already have my favorite throw blanket. I already have my favorite pillow. I love it. It's soft. It's great. It's hormone free. It's not going to cause any hormone disruption. But here I am. I've got these pillows that are hormone friendly, non-toxic, that are certified, throws the exact same way. And the thing is it does no good. And the vitamins galore. It does no good unless I do give them to someone who can actually use them. Do I use them? Yes, but I have a surplus. I have a business that sends me supplements, and I give them away for free. I've done giveaways. I've done them as spend a certain amount of money and get this free. It's phenomenal. I love that. So there are days when you talk to your spouse or your kids, right? What about your coworkers? It's really just not the same as talking to someone who just gets it. I was having a conversation sort of in my head, but whenever I was listening to this woman talk, she said that she was looking for Christian networking opportunities. And she had this ginormous outburst of people who were talking about their Christian networking business, their networking in person, their networking live, their networking prayer group or whatever. And this is all in the name of networking. And I just kind of thought, those are great. Where were those? Okay. And I'm so glad that someone else made that post, because to me, I appreciate when other people come out with it, because I've asked many a times for someone who is a Christian, someone who is like-minded, someone who just understands, someone who just gets it. And why would I say that in connection, in networking? Your coworker, they may not have the same religious beliefs as you. And by religious, I don't mean like staunch, where you can't even like have your soda and enjoy it, or your kids where they're like, oh my gosh, mom's a sinner. Or your spouse where they're like, babe, I didn't even know. I'm talking about these connections with people that are just like, I get it. I totally get it. You want to work with a business owner that has ethics and morals, and that is their compass, instead of making hundreds and thousands of dollars lying. I told that to a business coach the other day. I said, I could be a millionaire if I just was a good liar. I don't want to connect with people and them knowing that I'm a naturopathy practitioner and then going, what? Oh my gosh, I had no clue the whole time. Like, she lied to us. I said from the beginning, I won't lie. I don't want to lie, but telling the truth to those who get it, to those who understand. They can actually, with networking and with connecting, say, okay, well, I hear what you're saying and I understand what you're saying and you don't want to lie. How about if we, not band-aiding anything and not cutting corners, but how about if we present it like this? You're not lying. You're still telling the truth. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the connection where your kids, right? Your kids may be wonderful and your spouse and your coworkers, but it's just someone who just gets it, that you just connect with. Okay. Someone who understands the emotional and spiritual side of what you're going through is so important. Water break. That is why I encourage women to connect with other like-minded women. And also, I do suggest that if you are someone who has a religious belief and you have a provider, it is advisable to find someone who understands you. Because if you have someone who has this theology and you're over here going, I just wasted all this money. This person didn't answer my question, how I needed it, according to my beliefs, find a different provider. Find someone who understands you. Because when you find your people, the ones who encourage you, they share your values, or maybe even challenge you in a loving way, remember, challenge you in a loving way, you grow in a healthier direction. And that's the same thing with a medical provider. It's the same thing with friendships. There's people that you may know where you're like, okay, we may have coffee, but we would never connect on a level of where this would ever go any further than this just right here. Okay. I'm saying connect with people that you could literally say, this is my prayer request, and not have someone going, oh, I talk to the stars, or I don't know. That's not what you're saying. I don't understand. I can't connect. And you know what? Drink your coffee and just know that's not the connection for you. Okay. Sometimes those connections, they surprise you. I've had moments where I thought, oh, I am not sure she is my type of person. And then after a little conversation, I realized she's one of the coolest people I've ever met. So that right there, that's happened a very, very small amount of times. I'm not saying a ton of people have disappointed me. I'm just saying, yeah, there are just going to be a few people that you will connect. If you connected with the entire world, that's very fluid. That's very just like you're not even being yourself. You're literally being so fluid that you're empathizing with everybody. And are you ever getting your cup filled? So then there are people where I went, nope, these are not my people, and that's okay. Thriving doesn't mean everyone fits your circle. I'm not talking circle of trust, but if you know what I mean, not everybody's going to fit into your circle. Make your circle as small as you want it to be. I would not make a large circle, okay? Because it's where you find out where you belong. It's just knowing that in a sea of people, you have this small hoop, okay? This small hoop of people. So I'd love to hear from you all in the comments. Have you ever met someone online or in person who completely surprised you in a good way? If you want to DM me or write in your journal something that you just didn't know Okay? And what I mean by that is let your thoughts be known, because those are so powerful. Who hurt you? Who done you dirty? Write it in your journal, because you're not trying to write it down to remember. You're just trying to write it down to get it out of your head so that it doesn't live rent free and cause you to miss out on so many other different blessings. Okay? So those are the connections that remind us that God places people in our lives for a reason. Okay? So give others room to thrive. Okay? Another piece of thriving that we don't talk about enough is cheering others on. Yes, cheering someone on. If someone sells a product, like, or has a boutique, and even shares something that they love, right? Support them. That you don't have to sell it yourself to be happy for them. You don't have to sell it. You don't have to go, oh no, well, I don't sell that, and I wished I did, so I don't want her to be happy. Or you sell this product and somebody else sells that same product, and you're like, I don't want to like their post, because then somebody's going to see that I liked her post. She hasn't liked my post in a hot minute. Oh my gosh. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just saying that is a beautiful dress. It's not like they're going to message you back and go, oh, you think it's a beautiful dress? Well, it's on sale for $14.99. Do you want it? Because then if you think that's a beautiful dress and you want to know how much it costs and you want to know how many are left, ask. Because if not, like, remember, like the restaurant, they're not going to know. And you never know. You might be like, oh my gosh, I wish that there was, I wished I knew if she had green, red, yellow, black. Does that come in fuchsia, or would they make me something? Like, I saw that she did a bundle, but I saw some other things that she had. Would she make me a bundle and give me, like, like maybe just a 5% off discount? You don't know unless you ask. Okay? Sometimes thriving means saying, hey, I've got this from so-and-so. It's wonderful. You should check her out. You should check out her store. You should check out her page. Here's her website if you want to. That is so nice. Why? Because you're going to go to Amazon. You're going to try to find something like it. It's not going to be like what they got. And then you're going to be like, well, my thing doesn't do what hers did, because it's not the same thing and you didn't ask. It costs nothing to share someone's business post, comment on a photo, or tag a friend who might love what you're offering. I feel like I do that when I can remember their person's name. If I can remember your name and I can remember what you do. So if you're posting all the time and you talk about what you do, everybody should know that I'm a naturopathy practitioner. Everybody. Everybody should know that I love talking about supplements. I love hormone health. That's my bag. That's my bag. And then if they see a post on social media and they say, oh, these night sweats. Oh, I just need some relief. Oh, you should check out Self-Care University. Okay, she's a naturopathy practitioner. And that's sometimes all you have to say is, I've heard her say that she does hormone health. You should check her out. You don't have to lie and say that that I've been a client of yours. You don't have to come up with this big old riddle where they have to go, okay, I really think that, was this person a client of hers? Were they not? Just something super simple, right? What do you do? I know this lady who sells jewelry. She sells jewelry. I wore her necklace yesterday, and anybody who recognizes that woman's jewelry, whenever they watch that video, they're going to go, I know who that is. Yes, and then that woman's, where do I get that? That woman is going to get that business, because there you go. These pajamas, these are phenomenal. These are super, super fantastic, and they're non-toxic. Where did I get them, right? All right. It's not about sales, it's about support. To the business owner, it's about sales. They want to make a sale. You want to purchase. But I'm just saying it is about support, and then the sales will just come through naturally. Because when women support women, we all thrive. There's room for everyone at the table, and that's what makes this community so beautiful. Because there's room at the table, because if you and I are both naturopathy practitioners, I can 1000% guarantee you that we don't think the same because you don't know what I know. You weren't raised around what I was raised around. You did not do the research that I researched. You never had all the jobs that I did, that my eyes saw the things. Never. You never do the research that I've done on specific things because I look for specific things. You and I do not look for the same things. So when we talk to our patients, we're going to come with different things. Okay. And that's okay because that's just what we do. If you are a chiropractor, I'm not a chiropractor. I'm not a chiropractor at all. But let's say you are a chiropractor and you work with women who are nursing. And yes, there's a chiropractor that I know that works with clients that are nursing and or have some constipation issues and things like that. Well, guess what? I work with women that are postpartum. I work with them on their hormones. I work with them on their hormone balance. So we don't all do the same thing. There's room at the table. Thriving in the little things. You know, sometimes thriving looks really big and it looks really exciting. Okay, like launching a business, finishing a certification, or reaching a health goal. Okay, so it's big and it's exciting, right? But sometimes thriving is smaller. It's getting out of bed when you didn't feel like it. Okay, and it's brushing your hair, and it's drinking your water. It's stepping outside and just breathing the fresh air, and putting your feet in the grass, whatever you do, right? Go outside at night, look at the stars. It's wild. Have you ever seen a plane in the sky and you hear the plane going across the sky and you're just thinking, where are they going? They're going on a business trip? Are they going to visit someone? Did a loved one pass away and they're going to go visit? Are they going on vacation? Is this a school field trip? Is this a basketball team? You know what? And then you're taking the focus off of yourself. You're taking the focus off of yourself and you're putting it on others. Okay? So, but when you are connecting, but this is the thing, is that other stuff is so exciting. Yes, that's exciting. But when it is time to think about yourself, thriving can also be in the smaller parts. Okay? Like we just talked about. We live in a world that tells us that success looks loud and fast. But thriving for me, it looks like quiet and consistent, where you're getting your messages that says, hi, my name is Jenny, and I was referred to you by someone on Facebook. They said that I should message you because I had a question about menopause. I had a question about this supplement. You have this program. I forgot what it was called. And then next thing you know, you have all these messages coming in, and you say, Connie referred me. She said that you have a group, or she says that you are a chiropractor that is a family man, and I'm just really looking for someone that I can trust that isn't just going to want to just go and just pop my back and just, all of a sudden, I'll tell myself that I feel better. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, I left and I hated it. Right? I know. That quiet and the consistent, it's the slow growth. Remember? It's that slow growth where you kind of chip off the things that aren't producing fruit. Okay? The things that nobody sees but God. Those are things that are great. Being a business owner is a thankless job. It's absolutely thankless. Being a nurse, it was a thankless job. No one cared because I went to work and I was supposed to do my job and I was supposed to take care of others, and that is what I was supposed to do. If you are at a job and it is thankless, it doesn't matter. Write down in your journal what you did today. What did you do today that was so great? Okay? Because that right there, it feels really good. It feels really good to do things for other people. But what I would not do is start going, well, I did this, and then she didn't even do that. No, live in the moment of you did that small thing, and we're thriving here, right? Cut off the dead branch that's not giving you life, okay? It's the grace to start again, even after you've had a rough few days. That's wild. You might be telling yourself, oh, honey, you have no clue. I am in the season of drought. No one is watering. The sun is only beaming down. I don't even have a lick of shade. Hang tight. If you've been following along this month, you've heard me say this before. Thriving comes from balance. Where did your water go? How do you save what you know is in a dry desert? What are you needing to learn when you are in that dry desert? And I'm talking to myself as well. What is something that we need to know when we are not thriving? We are not making hundreds of millions of dollars. We are doing the right thing. We're referring to other people. We're not getting anything back. Where's the hole? What do you need to plug up? What do you need to move? What do you need to disconnect with? Who are you empathizing and who are you pouring into and who are you wasting your time on? Okay? Because if they are receiving the empathy and it's just falling as just as a gaping hole, who do you need to shift your focus on? All right. And I'm not talking about removing yourself from your kids or your spouse. Those are continually opening, closing all the time. Okay. Balance your nutrition, your hormones, your rest, your relationship, and your self-care. But I'll tell you something. You cannot balance your life alone. You weren't designed to. You think you are, but even during COVID, when everybody was hunkered into their homes, even the introverts were getting some cabin fever. Okay? So we need encouragement. We need accountability. I didn't say judge. I said we need accountability. And sometimes just a simple, hey, I see you. You're doing great. That's why I love what we've built here at Self-Care University. Okay. I've been doing this for 27 plus years. I was doing it on my own until I started to bring in other people in. I would let them speak into my life. I did research. I would ask questions, let them speak into my life. And then I'm just saying that along the way that people fall, people, disappear from your life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you are growing and you're building and you're moving, because you don't want to stay stagnant in that. You want to grow and move, right? And the people come and go. People come and go all the time. If you're sad about it, then write them a letter, and then when they're ready, they'll respond. It's not just about the whole program or products. It's about the people. Who is it that is your who? Who's your dream person to work with? And I'm not saying that's your dream person to work with forever, because what if you have a change of ideas in your office or in your business and what you do, and you're like, you want to give things just a short-term try or a short-term goal. Yeah, there you go. It's about women who choose to grow together, because when one woman thrives, she gives permission for the others to do the same. And I don't mean that because you're the top of your MLM and you're thriving, now all those people below you can thrive. That is so not the case, because there are times when people that are your downline that are rocking it. They are killing it. They are doing so good. And then you look and you go, I need to step up my game. I need to get going. I need that. That's the motivation I needed. Let's go. Okay. I'd love for you to take a moment right now and tag a woman in your life who helps you thrive. A friend, a sister, a coworker, or even a fellow business owner who helps you thrive. Let her know that she is appreciated today. Just say, thank you, Jenny. Love you, love your work, love watching your lives, love when your podcast comes out. I love being a part of your membership group. I love being a part of your networking. Thank you so much for the prayers. There you go. If you've been following these sessions and you've been thinking, I'd love to take the next step in my own self-care, then let's talk. Because you can book a call with me It's free. It is a holistic Q&A chat. It's 20 minutes. You can find it at selfcareuniversityok.com. Book that chat. It's 20 minutes. It is not where you receive a diagnosis. It's not where you receive treatment. It's where you receive direction. I hear you and I provide direction. Am I a practitioner for you? Am I a practitioner who would love to refer you to someone who is like dead on perfect for you? Because I maybe don't do that. I don't do hormone pellets. I don't do synthetic GLP-1s. I educate on people how to eat when they are on a synthetic GLP-1 that's prescribed by their doctor, but you're not going to get a GLP-1 prescription from me. Okay. So during our talk, there's no pressure. There's no sales pitch. We'll just see what your goals are and what's been really hard to navigate. And then I would love to share with you if there is a program of mine that is going to be perfect for you. There's 2 of them that come to mind for a lot of women who call. It is the Supplement Clarity Program. If you already book the Holistic Wellness, if you already order that one is a whole hour that you get with me. And if you want to go over your supplements during that time, you get an entire hour with me. Let's go. But if you want to talk about your hormones, you want to talk about all the things, ask questions, what you saw, what you heard, what you want to know, that 1 hour, you get me. I don't go live on TikTok. I don't share this information out for just everybody willy-nilly because, for one, that's the 20-minute chat. The 20-minute chat is to see if we can connect. The next one that I do is the Vibrant Woman Project. The reason why I call it a project is because women, when we work on ourselves, it is quite the project, right? It's a 90-day self-focused program that is just for you. It is the projects that you want to work on. You have access to that material for life. You can either choose to go and do it by yourself, do it with a group. It has to be 5 or more, or you can do it as you have just like this core or, either solo, either a group one where it's just your group, just your 5 or just your 10 or just, whatever it is. Or if you were like, oh my gosh, I know that you're doing this big ginormous group and everybody's going to be hearing everybody's, in this private discussion. And then there could be like 100 people in there. All right, you could, if you wanted to. Most people do their own by themselves, going through the program themselves. But if you go with it through a group of like 5, 10, 20, then you're going to need to be on the module. You're going to need to be on the same module. You're going to need to do your work. Everybody's going to be doing their work. We're going to talk about it. There we go. And then the big ginormous one, there's less time to go over things like, real deep. So typically they would just book a holistic wellness consultation, not the Q&A, but a wellness consultation so they can get all their answers to what they have specifically. Okay. Sometimes that one conversation can be the connection that helps you move from surviving to thriving. So as we close out this month of Thriving Thursdays, I want to leave you with this thought. You do not have to live life alone. Thriving doesn't come from striving. And you're like, didn't you just say something about last week? You talked about bootstraps. Striving, my goodness, striving is great, but how long are you going to be striving for? Like, let's go ahead and go from striving to let's reach out to our community and let our community help us out a little bit. Let's have some courage. Let's have some compassion for other people so that they can actually see what we're doing and know that that's some thriving right there. So that other people can talk about us and know that we're doing so fantastic. Okay? Yeah. Striving, there is a time. There's a time for striving, and there is a time when you're going to get burnt out from all the striving. And there's a time when you're going to reach out to your community. There's a time when you're going to have courage to just say what you need at those groups. What I'm looking for is, what I need is, or compassion for others to say, I know how to help you with this. And so I'm going to offer some support. That doesn't require you to go outside of legal guidelines. Okay. And I'm not talking about going and posting on someone's Facebook and going, oh man, let me just help them out. Let me talk about what I did for my hormone replacement therapy. Nope. That's practicing medicine. If you are a medical license holder and you practice medicine on social media, your license can be right. If you are not a medical professional and you are still giving medical advice, you can still be sued. Okay. Because you don't know. That's your medical record. That's your issue. That's your concern. That's your life. That's your chemistry set. You can't tell someone else about their chemistry set because you don't know them. There you go. So if all you did this week was take one step forward towards connection, self-care, or growth, you're doing things beautifully. So the thing that I leave you all with every single day is be the beautiful you that you know that you are, because your body is not broken. It's waiting for you to listen. And your heart isn't tired. It's ready to thrive. That is one of the biggest ways that I can find to end our 4 months, or our 4 Thriving Thursdays, an entire month of receiving this information. And I hope that it's been so super powerful for you. Take a look for the Monday through Sunday other episodes that we have, because those are fantastic. And I can't wait to hear about what you all are going to do. I can't wait to see who you all are encouraging. I can't wait to see your post on social media. I can't wait to see that you shared someone's TikTok that was a good TikTok. They just need it. You need it. We all need it. Talk soon.